Wow. Shalom, shalom. There we go. Shalom, shalom. Oh, yeah, God. Oh, my God. All right, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. We want to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth, all right, and who do it well. And want to say peace, mercy, and blessings, all right, much love and respect and honor to all the hopeful elect, wherever you may be scattered, all right. The real name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. That means he exists or he is to be. The real name of the Son is Yahweh Shai. That means he is the deliverer. All right. And we are the Hebrew Israelites. The 12 tribes that consist of our nation. Today we're being so-called Black, African American, Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian, all right, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Brazilian, Mexican. All right. We're the so-called indigenous people of North, Central, and South America who have been conquered by the same so-called white man. All right. And by the way, so-called white man is coming out that his biblical nationality is Esau, Edom. And what does the prophecy say? All right. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Right. So the times that we're in, man, the prophecies, they're literally jumping off the pages. You know, if we see what's happening over there in the Middle East, they're saying that the prime minister is dead. You know, you should know who we're talking about. Saint Benji Netanyahu. They're saying that man's dead. The Ayatollah Armani, they say he's dead. So people are dying, or they could be alive. You know, got something right here. All right, got on that together.
Ezekiel 38.
Yep, something.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God in the land of Magog.
Right, so when it says set thy face against, meaning the Most High is against Gog, the land of Magog. All right, when it speaks about Gog, it's talking about, you know, pretty much the Russian leader, which right now we can say is Putin. Who knows? Maybe he could get taken out and somebody else could put in there. They're talking about taking Trump out. You know, they put it in the Illuminati card game. You know, they already had, 2 attempts on his life. So they have something called predictive programming. So we really don't know what's going to happen. Right now, it's looking like he's the cruel Lord that's going to bring about this third woe, which Lord willing it is. Because what he's doing right now is beautiful, man. All right, and they also call this dude Taco, meaning Trump always chickens out. So he's become a byword now, you know.
And the prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right, which that's dealing with the whole landmass of what we know today as Russia, right? And the apostles broke that down. That actually goes into head prince or chief prince, meaning when you go into that, meaning that whole Russian military is going to be like the head of the. Can you look up the definition of coalition for me? Because they're going to lead this military coalition, right? Because what you have to understand is that nations are being gathered right now. And the key focus is going to be in the Levant region, which is dealing with the Middle East, right? Because the small hats, they're trying to do something. They're trying to take over that land over there. They're trying to get from what the Lord promised Abraham, you know? But they're not the people, so they don't possess the whole land. The land that they got is pretty much cursed, you know?
This is the definition of the word coalition. And it reads, a coalition is a temporary alliance of distinct parties, persons or organizations working together to achieve a common goal.
So in this case, these different military nations, they're going to work together to do what? Set nukes on the least of the flock and the West. All right, because right now, these two nations, the whole world is sick of them, man. The whole world's tired of this shit, you know, and everybody's getting drugged in, just like the prophecy says, the Lord is gathering all nations, all right, to judge them for what? The controversy of Zion, right?
The chief prince of Meshach and Tubal and prophesied against him and say Thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
So the Most High is against them. And why is the Most High against them? Because they're Edomites as well. Right now, the children of Israel are scattered all throughout the world. So some of them could be Israelites. And guess what? Some of them in top high positions, they could be Israelites that look like Edomites. But we know that this is Esau's world because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So ultimately, the Most High is against them too because they're Edomites too. So they're going to get it too. You know, they're just being used for the soul, just like it says in Romans. For this same purpose have I raised you up, that I might show my power. You know?
Hey, I got something to put. I got the AI overview in the Bible of Meshach. It's pronounced Meshach. Primarily refers of the son of Japheth, a grandson of Noah, and an ancestor of warlike northern nations.
Right, and that's why people always say, well, the white man's Japheth. The white man's not Japheth. He's just possessing that land right now. Because when you go back to the blessing that Isaac gave Esau, it said he would have the fatness of the earth and that he would live by the sword. So he been conquering different nations and taking their lands with his blessing the sword. But I don't make him Japheth. He's just possessing that land right now.
Okay, watch this. Warlike, you know what I'm saying? He's like Japheth, the grandsons of Noah, and the ancestors of a warlike northern nation, frequently associated with Tubal and Magog. And the name itself comes from a Hebrew root meaning draw out or draw by force or long or tall.
Oh, wow. That's the spirit because it says, I'm going to put hooks in our jaws.
Jaws, yep.
So that's the Most High forcing them into this military conflict. Because who wants to go to war? You know, really, you don't really want to go to war, but you have to. Because you got to protect your country, your nation. And then you also got the excitement of conquest. Because what comes with war? Spoils, riches, woman, spoils of war, you know?
And the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 3, and said, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws.
So that's the Most High drawing them out. That's the Most High forcing them into this role that he wants them to play of being a chief prince. Because you got to ask yourself, what is a chief prince? That's a high-ranking military office. And that's the position that Russia's in over the rest of the nations. You could throw China in there as well, you know?
And I will turn thee back and put hook into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy armies, horses, horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
Which they have advanced, which Russia has the advanced nuclear weaponry, man. You know? So they have superior technology to a degree. You know? They say America has the superior air force, which makes sense because Revelation speaks about what? The war in heaven. The dragon and his angels versus Michael and his angels. But at the end of the day, the Most High just gave you that just so he could show his power, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's all funded and backed by Yahweh Yahushua. You know what I mean? That's why because it's to fulfill prophecy. He has to possess these, arsenals or armories full of high-tech weaponry. Because in order for him to be anywhere close to fighting, you know what I'm saying, Yahushua and the angels, I mean, his technology got to be somewhere up to par. Or it can't just be no hoopty. Can't be up in the air in a hoopty.
Lord want this devil to have everything so it could be a good fight. Even though it's not going to be a fight, it's going to be a one-hitter quitter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But still, you know, let the world know all this technology and this money that he had, he couldn't beat him still. Like, can't beat nothing spiritual. Yeah. You're a carnal man. He said your horses, he said your horses, your chariots are flesh.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's made by man.
Yeah.
This is made by the spirit. So you're not going to beat nothing spiritual, right?
You see, that's my thought when you said that, because when the Most High displays his armada, is going to show Esau you outclassed. You may have been bullying the inhabitants of the earth with the technology you've been getting away with, you know what I mean, slapping motherfuckers around. So I'm going to show you how it's done.
And plus, he's showing this is where you get it from. Like I get you to say that you're trying to mimic what I already have, but you ain't coming close to what we got in the spirit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you tell these dumbass niggas talking about, oh, the Bible ain't talking about UFOs and church. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, you need to tell me Stephen Spielberg and George Lucas and Gene Roddenberry can have spaceships and all that, but you need to tell me both I don't got that? Like, come on, man.
One thing about these top film directors, they're all heavy into the scriptures, and they get their inspiration ideas just based off the scriptures.
Right.
You know?
And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy armies.
So they're being the Most High is putting spirit on them because the Most High controls the world's armies. That's why it's called what? The Lord of Hosts. And it also says the Lord is a man of war. You know, so the Lord likes a good fight, a battle. And this gonna be the war in all wars. They ain't that you know, that shit like, you know, Russia gonna rule for 20, whatever they're teaching, that's bullshit. Because how are they gonna rule if in the midst of the third woe, Yahushua is gonna make his appearance, his return. Right? And when the Lord comes back, you know, it says the saints gonna take the kingdom, possess it forever and ever. And then with that, the elect are gonna rule over the nations. Nations shall not learn war anymore. So it don't make sense for them to attack us once we get in the kingdom. Because they ain't gonna have the weapons to. And on top of that, the Lord's gonna always be with us.
So 21:4.
This
is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, which is his mind, is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, Yahushua, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
So you see that? So the Lord's going to turn his eyes to the Middle East. Protect Iran. Protect those different nations. Be a guard unto them. You know? Invade small hats. And invade Babylon. You know?
And it reads, verse 2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh pondereth the hearts, which is the mind.
Yep, that was the point. Got it, bro.
And bring thee forth in all thy armies.
So that's gonna be a large ass. That's gonna be something the whole earth notices. That's a huge ass country, you know. And then you imagine the Chinese troops. All right, that's gonna be a large ass military coalition, you know.
And plus, one sister, or a few months back, I guess one of the brothers that be doing like the little skits of people having visions. And there was one sister, she was saying she had a vision that the Russia and the Chinese armies had invaded America.
Which makes sense because there's something called sleeper cells, which are people that are here, they're acting like they're good citizens, but they're just waiting to be activated so they could cause mayhem. You know, now they're saying they're gonna target the banks. Now I believe there was a auto tanker explosion. I think it was in Tampa, Florida.
No, it was Kentucky.
Highway.
They said it was just an accident, but I don't. Nah, that looked too like organized. You know, and the damage that it caused, nobody get killed though, but still, that looked more like that don't look like some random accident. It looked like something that was, you know what I'm saying? That could be just Esau trying to cover it up and try to make it seem like, you know, because you know they already under attack, but you know they don't want it to, make them seem like they don't got control of it. You know what I mean?
But that is a good way to attack your enemy is through his infrastructure.
Yep.
You know, blowing up bridges. You know what I'm saying? Certain power plants. You know what I'm saying? Resources.
Because like the leader of Iran said that they ain't got no beef with Saudi Arabia and all that. They just blowing up all the interests of America that got in those lands, like all they oil rigs, and you know what I'm saying, that America got business with. So they just hitting those spots. You know what I'm saying? So they said they ain't got no beef with the other Arab nations. They just hitting all the spots that America got. They investments in.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm sorry.
so they can cripple them over here. That's why the gas price is gonna go up.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. But it's already there. You know what I'm saying. Right. You put $20 in, it's like a half a tank, man. It's like you put in 15 or 10, $11.
I'm sorry, real quick. You know, because that's gonna turn the people against what? The cruel Lord.
Cruel Lord, yeah.
Because now they suffering, trying to, you know, because these Americans, they're privileged. You know what I'm saying? So they want to be able to, you know, drive on a full tank of gas, go places. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, they stuck in they, you know, they town, whatever. Esau, you know, he don't like that. He wants to move about.
Yep. And sooner or later, few months from now, man, people gonna be putting their cars up. They ain't gonna be able to drive to work. They're gonna be they gonna have to be like how you go tactical and strategize on where they drive. Like, I'm only gonna drive to the store and back, or the grocery store. That's it.
I had a Jake say that in front of me in the line at Dollar Tree. He was like, man, the way and this was like a week or so ago. He was like, man, the way these gas prices is, I'm gonna have to start riding a bike.
Which is all done by design, because there's rumors of 15-minute cities. So Esau, he really don't want people driving to travel too far anyway.
Right.
You know, using up air emissions.
This is the Strait of Hormuz. It says the Strait of Hormuz is a narrow, vital shipping lane located between Iran and Oman, which it's called what? The Persian Gulf. So that's a clue right there. That the so-called Iranians today are what? Persians. You know? It says connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. It is one of the world's most critical maritime choke points, as roughly 20% of the world's total oil supply and a significant portion of its liquefied natural gas pass through it daily. As of March 2026, tensions in the region, including threats of a blockade by Persia, have caused significant disruptions and led to a sharp increase in global oil and gas prices. This is something that's happening globally. Well, it's really going to affect Babylon.
Go ahead.
That's the intended target.
That's why I said the beast should hate the horde. Because then now you affecting their way of life. Because what Donald Duck, Trump did. You know what I'm saying?
And those nations, they don't want to be involved in that shit anyway. Like the NATO nations.
Yeah.
They just chilling. You know?
They want to make their money and just keep things going, you know, like how it's supposed to go. See, that's why they're going to be mad at Esau when they get in the kingdom and the captivity. They're going to be mad at them Rothschilds, man. They're going to be fucking them up, like, man, because of your greedy ass. When you should have just left those niggas alone and let us just, you know, kept them how they was. Now you want to get the damn chip. Want to be greedy, want to rule everything.
Doing extra.
Yo, that's, you know, in Amalek, I just found out last night. They name is something with called gold. That's what that means, gold. So they more like, so that goes. That's why they mastering of wealth and money, because that Amalek means that, I think, gold or something.
Well, that's a lot of those hook noses names. Goldstein, Goldstein.
Yep.
Remember the clothing store back in the day?
Goldstein. Yep. That's the spirit though. So names do have like a
omen.
Yep.
Meaning.
Yeah. So wow.
Characteristics.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And I will bring them forth, all the armies, the horses and horsemen, all of them.
So that goes into what the Air Force. What did Trump just do? He just sent 5,000 Marines, which you know they lie about the numbers.
Could be up to 10 now.
Could be a lot more or a lot less.
Yeah.
You know? But they're sending their what? Ground troops. All right? And guess what? Those Persians, they're ready for that shit. They've been getting ready. You know what I mean? I think that's where they're gonna shine at the ground. You think about them dropping drones and Air Force, they got it. When you send your troops, they're ready. They're gonna get you there. While you're entering into a foreign land, you don't know them.
Exactly. That's my point I was gonna make. That happened, and I think when they was looking for either Bin Laden or Saddam, they had a hell of a time trying to traverse through the mountains. They whooping their ass, tearing their ass up in the mountains, man. These motherfuckers got sandals and shit on it.
Yeah.
And dashikis or whatever the fuck these things is.
Wrapped up and, you know, right?
You don't know who's a civilian or who's a soldier. because you could just blend in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
You gotta forget, that's the Persians, man. See how they got down to 300? You know what I'm saying? Like, they got that war spirit still.
If you go into history, they've been known by a couple different names. During the Dark Ages, they used to call them the Parthians. And the Romans back then, which when Jakes took over, you know, they would try to go up and conquer them. But that was always a hard nation to conquer. Even Alexander the Great, he couldn't go so far. You know?
They said December they're gonna start the draft.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Start drafting.
Which they gonna get women too. A lot of you women, you gonna get a fucking rifle in your hand, chip in your head.
Right.
You gonna put your ass in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, and to think about it, when they was the Persians back in the 300 times, when they conquered a certain people, nation, they were bringing them into their army. So that's why they had such of a large number, because they didn't discriminate like Esau.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He brought them in. So when you look at Ishmael, a lot of those African countries, in certain like Turkey, they're Muslim. They're Islamic.
Yep.
So he's gonna have help.
Sudan too. That's what it says. We just gonna say it, but it says what Ethiopia.
Yeah.
That goes into the Cushites.
Right.
So you're gonna have Ham up in there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ham in the land.
You know Ham can't wait to get his ass.
Who's that militant group? Boko Haram. They Islamic. They on there tearing up the interior. They just got done going through Nigeria. They still ain't over there. Fucking shit up.
And all of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
And who they gonna get us that supplies from? I think God gonna be supplying them. You know, I think Persia already got these. You know, let's be as a man.
Yeah, they was saying that last night. They do. They bringing out their old stuff first, but then they're gonna use their best stuff for last with Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna bring out they top of the line nuclear capable.
Well, like the bro just said, they nicknaming them Taco because they said the war should be over in 6 days. Now it's 2 weeks. Now it's a month going on. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't use your best. You save that for last. You know what I'm saying? So that's like if I have to. Because, anybody in their right mind know what a nuclear war looks like. You know what I'm saying? So you want to save that to the point where you have to use it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be strategic. You're in a warlike mindset.
You can't throw out your best yet. They think
that's your weak
point, or you ain't got no more left. Oh, okay.
Surprise! Boom,
boom, Sun Tzu, he wrote a book called The Art of War. One of the tactics he wrote, when thou art strong, appear weak. When you are weak, make it seem like you're strong, because you want to confuse the enemy.
Yeah, well, they tell you that too. When you see like a bear in the wilderness, make yourself bigger, seem like, appear like you ain't scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I got this. It says, what is a war of attrition? A war of attrition is a military strategy or conflict type aimed at wearing down an enemy through continuous high volume losses in personnel equipment until their ability to fight collapses. And that's what's happened to Babylon. It's costing too much money to keep this war going. It's not causing Persia nearly as much money.
And Gomer, and the short of all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers.
So you gotta think they're gonna have their exoskeleton suits, they're gonna have advanced weaponry that you only see on video games and movies and shit. Their jets, their nukes, all type of military technology that they're just waiting to bring out for these last days.
And all sorts of armor, even great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia.
So that goes into Iran, Ethiopia, the Cushites, obviously Sudan, different Hamites,
Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya.
Libya, North Africa. So I believe right now Ishmael got that. Which it could be Ham and Jakes over there. But mostly that's Ishmael.
With them, all of them, with shields and helmets. Gomer and all his bands.
Which goes into Asia Minor or Turkey.
The house of Togarmah of the North Quarter and all of his bands. and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself.
And God can make that's the Most High got a heavy spirit on those. That's a different son of these sons. They don't got the spirit of these Edomites over here. You know, these Edomites over here, they're more, Minecraft, DoorDash. Those Edomites over there, they be fighting bears and shit. They got a different spirit on them. They got like a cold warrior, because Esau got great warriors too, because we know about Alexander the Great. You know, so that got to be that's a different type of Edomite. You know?
Well, it's just,
we say if he dies, he dies. You know?
well, not just because the differences in culture, upbringings as well. Like this place has become so waxed rich with technologies and conveniences. It's like these motherfuckers become soft. Like Americans back in like the 80s and the set, they wasn't soft like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just this new generation of these computer fucking Minecraft fucking babies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with Bush. Something about Bush Senior.
Yeah.
He was Reagan in that era. You know, they troops was official.
Right.
It wasn't fucking around.
The Delta Force, the Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't fucking around at that time. But you gotta think Bush was in the military too. He was in World War II. He was the head of the CIA. You know what I'm saying? So he had strategy of battle. So he was, you know what I mean?
Right.
He wasn't no actor like the rest of the presidents. Well, he was the real thing.
Yeah, he didn't per se need a cabinet of advisors.
Right.
He could go in there and look at it himself. Of course, you get, counsel on what, is the best way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But he could go in there. Trump needs help every step of the way. He don't know. He's a business. He's really a celebrity. Because he really sucked at being a businessman. He wasn't really great at that either. He got bankrupt how many times? 11 times? He filed for Chapter 11. So come on, man.
Then the white dude, the other Edomite dude that Bush had, was the general of the whole military army. I forgot his name. Little Edomite dude, older, but he was no joke too. Yeah. So he was a vet. You know what I'm saying? So so they had America had the top of the line military.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Then one thing about Trump, they call him a draft dodger.
Yeah.
Which technically he didn't. But he did avoid being drafted 5 times so he could finish college. And I think it was for like health reasons. But with this coming draft, you're gonna have people doing that. They're gonna be playing crazy, all type of shit.
Right.
You know? You're gonna say, act crazy. Yeah, we need that. You need that type of spirit. Get your ass, get that gun. Exactly. You ain't gonna escape that. You know what I'm saying? In Persia, Ethiopia, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them, with the shields and helmets.
Right, so these different nations that it names, Russia's going to be the head military leader over them. You know, protecting them, giving them arms and aid. And because if you think about it, if you have a bodyguard, somebody tries to kill you, what's your bodyguard's job?
Right. You wouldn't opposing force.
Take their ass off.
Right.
So it's going to get to a point to where, don't be surprised to start hearing more and more about Russia, and they start getting involved. That's the most I put in his spirit to get involved.
And Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, the house of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, be there prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them.
Be thou guard unto them. Meaning what? Watch over them, protect them. So they've been watching. They're just waiting for the chance. When they're going to enter, when they're going to step in.
Yep.
Of course, Iran got the spirit like we don't need your help. But at the same time, the Most High put in their spirit to be a chief prince over them. So they're going to get it anyway. That's a big brother.
After many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come.
We're in the latter years now, going into the end times.
Last days.
And visit of latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword.
Going into the land of Israel. Even though this place is going to be, they called it, because what did Esau do? going back to 70 AD, they came, they destroyed it, whatnot. But then they, declaration, they put them in the land, called themselves rebuilding it. They don't possess it in its entirety because obviously they're trying to do that now. The greater, Blank project, But also, but also that place gonna get hit up, and this place gonna get hit up too. Just that this one ain't gonna be inhabited ever again.
Obliterated, right? Blown to smithereens.
And thou brought back from the sword and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Verse 9, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud.
That goes into, so like a cloud does what? Covers. So that's how they're going to cover that land over there. They're going to be completely surrounded. You can get Zephaniah 3, I think that's verse 8.
Yeah, because when the clouds come out, it cover the sun up. You know what I mean?
So I got to be a lot of goddamn soldiers strapped, fighter jets, planes, So this is something the whole world is going to get involved. That's why it says it's a war. It's a world war.
So that's just going to show you, man. See, boys, muster the host of the battle. And people think like, people always quick to say, oh, y'all keep saying the end gonna come, but they don't realize certain prophecies got to be built before the end comes. Right. You know what I'm saying? They got to get bad, worse, like to the brink of everybody's going to die. You know what I'm saying? For the Lord gonna come back. Time.
But that's why it says at the end it shall speak and not lie. But we've been watching, so we see it speaking. Mm-hmm. We see how it's speaking.
And then 2/3 of our people in the rest of these nations, some are aware, but they don't know. They can't connect what's going on to the scriptures. Some do know. You know what I'm saying? But then they don't know how to combat with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. Okay, I got to do this and do that to not get caught up in this destruction that's coming.
That's because our people, they think that this land is gonna always continue. So they're nestled in. They're too settled in there.
That's why I said knowledge and stability should be, of course, of our time. When that time comes, we're gonna have to understand it to navigate and maneuver through these hard, dark times that's coming.
Yeah, they fell for that old song. This land is your land. This land is mine. They really think this is their land.
A lot of our people are so bugged out. They think the slave trade never happened, that we always been here. Which is true. Some tribes have always been here because, we know about the 10 tribes that came over here.
Right.
But you can't say that was never a slave trade. Come on.
What the fuck that dude Smackwater was talking about?
Oh, that dude.
He's Smackwater, all right.
He's pretty much talking about how, we need to shut up. You know how Jake said, okay, well, what we going to do about it?
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to wait until prophecy play out. That's all we can do. You can't take up arms and go against yourself.
Right. Actually, they on that Huey P. Newton spirit, Black Panther shit. You're not going to go against this man. You can't beat him. Lord set him up to be, hammer of the earth. Like
he's going against other. That's what I think about now. He's going against other countries, man, dropping missiles and bombs.
Yeah.
What you Negroes in America think you really gonna do, man?
Yeah. All he got to do is send a drone to your crib, and that's it.
Yeah, he gonna DoorDash a missile.
He probably got a fat white boy nerd dude playing Call of Duty at home with pieces staying on his Superman T-shirt, and all he got to do is give him a call. He answer the phone like, "Yeah, I need you to blow this house on Hudson and 23." Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, drone come right there and
give him the coordinates.
And he got his computer right here, and his game right here. He just turn around in his spin seat in his little chair and just.
And not even. They could just make it look like a utility worker coming in there and fuck up your gas line. Have you seen them houses been blowing up?
Uh-huh.
Or a plane just drop on one house, fall out the air and just kill that whatever the inhabitants, the residents of the house. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how they used to do in the mob movies. They come dressed up as construction workers, block the street off, run up, rob the bank, dip out. You know what I mean?
Did that happen? What was it? Back in 2021, that happened to a judge.
Oh yeah.
And when she was supposed to I guess go against Hillary Clinton about something, about some email shit.
Yeah.
I guess it was something connected with that Epstein shit too back then. And then she sent they sent like a UPS, I think a FedEx came to the house, but they didn't kill her. They ended up killing her son. Her son came to the door and they just shot him up. I think shot him up and shit like that.
That was a warning.
Yup.
Right there.
But it was meant for the judge lady,
Right,
but she didn't come to the door. But her son ended up answering.
But what they said, if I can't get you, I'm gonna get whoever close to you. You know what I'm saying? That's still gonna hurt. Probably hurt you more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing your kids get fucked up because of some shit you did.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
that's how Esau played, man. He don't play fair.
Exactly. He don't mind going dirty. You know, cheating and shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He an opportunist.
Exactly. This is Zephaniah 3:8, and it reads, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh." This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me.
So we have to wait upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We can't, shit. Fucking weather, man. Right. Can't take down Esau off our own means. Damn, this weather, man. From top of it.
This is the book of Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me.
Because a lot of our people, they have a carnal mind. They think that, we could just get strapped up and just start taking out Esau or so-called white. You can't do that.
Right.
It says,
you can, but it ain't gonna be productive.
Well, it says whoever touched Cain, you're gonna be avenged sevenfold.
Exactly.
So you have examples of who? Christopher Dornan.
Yeah.
He tried to take out the LAPD. Look how they cooked that nigga in that cabin.
Yeah.
So
Plus,
Christopher Dornan, that guy.
Yeah, Donna.
Yeah, that guy. He tried to take down the LAPD because he saw how corrupt it was.
Yeah.
They offed him. So he tried to take down Esau. You're gonna get a nasty end. Because it says, whoever shall take vengeance on Cain can get that, Genesis 4.
Now, don't get me wrong, he got a few of them. He took a few of them motherfuckers with him, but I mean, for the collective, for the whole, you know what I'm saying? But Esau gonna show y'all how to do it, because just like with the J6ers, that's how you do it. He didn't go full force, but that's what it's gonna take, these militias, to overthrow the government, which is gonna come too, because that's prophecy too, that there should be sedition among men.
Right, which Esau, he gonna pop it off. Jake ain't gonna. Jake is a crouched down lion. I was saying there's an old lion. Jake ain't gonna do shit.
Right.
The Most High gonna have to rouse Jake up. Esau the one. He gonna get it popping.
Exactly.
So James, what is Genesis 4:14?
So you shall touch. Let's start at 7. Because Cain was reincarnated as Esau. But that's a stumbling block to our people, and they want, they say, oh well, some of us are Moors, some of us are Israelites, some of us are Muslim, but you gotta understand that's part of the curses too. They say thou shalt grope at noonday like a blind groping in darkness,
trying to find your way.
So that's our people in these different religions trying to find their way.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And
right,
if
he didn't do well. He brought he said fruits, vegetables, and stuff. He didn't bring the right sacrifice, man.
Right.
Doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire.
We see it now. You should see it now with this whole Epstein shit. That's nothing but wickedness.
And thou shalt rule over him.
It's a shame. That what's in those fucking files. It's a shame. Look at that. That's some Christian.
Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass.
And these two men was reincarnated, right? Meaning back incarnated in the flesh as Jacob and Esau.
Verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew.
Because that's his spirit. His spirit is to get weapons and kill. He has not hated blood.
First murder.
That's why the Lord put that mark on his ass. But he's color. He's a color person. He's the one you smack him. He turns red and pink. And because he got the blood showing through his skin.
Real red man.
Since you love blood, I'm gonna put blood on you.
Exactly.
That's basically going into the blood is on your hands now. We see you murder.
Red, caught you red-handed, buddy.
Yep.
Walk off.
And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel, thy brother? And he said, I know not. I am my brother's keeper.
Then you got attitude with the Lord.
Nerve.
After he killed him.
Right.
Like the Lord ain't watching. It said that our eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he think the Lord didn't see him.
Right.
And he got the same spirit today.
There you go.
Who sees me?
Right. Right. Arrogant. Prideful.
Verse 10. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother blood crieth unto me.
That's right, because the blood is life. And that's why they drink blood. That's why they do the sick shit they do. Because they love blood. They try to live longer. Things of that nature.
He loves seeing it. You see in the movies, they'll touch the blood. They see blood, they'll touch it, rub it, taste it. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
So that goes when he said, that goes into this brother. He said, your brother blood cried out to me. That means Abel was a witness. And he's, that's us. That's the elect.
Right.
That's us. We a witness. Like, yo, killing our people. You trying to kill us. We're a witness to your murder. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So now now he's gonna come down with that great wrath on us. You know what I'm saying? That goes into Esau trying to commit murders and say like he didn't do it. He doing it now. Like all the stuff that you're doing, but you still trying to say you ain't do it.
Right.
You poison the water. You poison the air. You killing all.
What was the scripture?
Yep.
He slammed his brother in the street and he's holding himself not guilty.
Yep. He's like right here with Cain trying to do. He's still trying to hold himself not guilty. Like I don't know what happened to him. You like, yeah, I don't know where he at. That ain't my brother. I'm not my brother's keeper.
It's
like
not my responsibility.
Yep.
Yeah, keep him alive.
He do that to his own people.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the state of these Americans.
Right.
The Rothschilds, they don't give a shit about them.
Right.
Well,
it's coming out more.
Yep.
They, you know what I'm saying? Because what was that saying? What's that famous quote from that president? It says, in order for us to win over the poor whites, we have to make them seem that they're more important than the smartest black person. You see what I'm saying? That was a quote, but that was a ideology pushed out as well.
Got quick precept. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. That's Esau and these other nations, Behold, their innocent and righteous blood cried unto me. Abel is a great example of that. And the souls of the just complain continually.
See how everything, Corey saw, everything's connected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's why I said things was written before times written for our learning. Like you know what I'm saying? The Lord's always kept a pattern going, so we can recognize certain situations at certain point in time.
Yeah. Yeah. And not just that, it's strategic.
Teaching. Yep.
Like this book, it ties
everything.
You just said, everything ties in together.
Yep.
This is how they say a collection of books.
Yep.
Biblio.
Yep.
It really just goes in order. Everything is in order. It's not just some storybook like how people try to make it like it's make believe stories in there. How can a human survive inside a well and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But they don't get it spiritually. How the Lord can do anything.
Yep.
It's not too hard for
He likes to show his power. You got athletes that train, like somebody like Kobe Bryant, train nonstop. So when it's game time, he want to show off that donkey.
Exactly.
Right? So when this board get popping, Lord gonna want to show off the chariots, that laser beams,
right?
To him saving his people,
right?
Spiritual powers. Even we're gonna get the spiritual powers, man. He gonna show off in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Word. Then you gonna know who my chosen is. You gonna know who I'm dealing with once these things start to go down. Like you're gonna activate his own sleeper cells that he got.
But you know what? That's because a leader, a person, like for people to follow you, you got to show them that you have what it takes to be a leader. Mm-hmm. So with that, the Lord is going to show you why he is You know what I'm saying?
Who he
The
is.
most high. He's
Yep.
the highest of the high.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna have nothing. You can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of power the Lord gonna have. It's like, oh my God, he is God. This God is God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Pharaoh said to Moses.
But I was thinking about something, not speaking to man. If you look at the Lord's name, Yahweh, meaning he is, and what's our name? Israel.
Right.
He is Israel.
Yup.
Exactly.
That was the thing about
He
that.
is real.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, oh, like he is,
Yeah,
like,
no.
like, yup.
He is
It's
real.
real, yup.
Yeah,
Because
it's real.
because we in his image, we made in his image, so it's like you like people, the other nations do see that God exists because you've seen his people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know,
Exactly.
the manifest of him is through his nation of his people is me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got a son, you know. Like you remember Wu-Tang said that I call my brother son because he shine like one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because
You showing and proving
Yep.
why you great. That's
Yep.
why, like you just said, that's why the other nations look at us and they know something. Elder Apostle Tahar did a video last week or sometime with this white lady was saying, well, it's something of why do they want to kill y'all? Like, you know, y'all, you know, but I see y'all possess great strengths and power and, you know, like, you know, but she couldn't put her finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, she's asking for help.
Yep.
But that's what they gonna come. They gonna come, you know what I'm saying, to get, you know, ministered onto from us. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's also Esau telling on himself too, because
Yeah.
you know, like we always say, that continual stroke, like Ku Klux Klan, Jim Crow
Right.
laws, the red line, the war on drugs, the prison system, crack in the
Right.
80s. Like he continually tried to wipe us out.
Exactly.
So it's like, why are you trying to go so hard on these people?
Exactly.
So you think you're gonna get the birthright back?
Yeah.
You know, so that shows that we're those people too.
Right.
And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when
Abel was probably cussing his ass out like, nigga, you knew better, man. You supposed to bring the lamb. Why you bringing cabbage and shit?
And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel, thy brother? And he said, I know not. I am my brother's keeper.
That's a damn deep.
Yeah. And he said, What hast thou done? Thy voice of thy brother blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth.
You say even the land of Israel cursed right now. That shit cursed. Nothing's growing. They got nuclear plants. They got hide underground from the constant attacks of being bombed and shit. You know.
To receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee.
So he's not getting the how you say it? He's not getting the full what's the word I'm looking for, man? He's not getting the full
capacity of earth.
Yeah, he's not reaping
what he saw.
Resources.
Yep.
That's why he has to have Monsanto and genetically modified crops, things of that nature.
Right.
You know?
Basically, Lord made them against of nature itself. You against nature. I'm gonna make you against this place. You know what I'm saying? This way, the earth gonna be against you.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're gonna be drawing out from the earth. You know what I mean? You're gonna be always not rest. You're gonna always looking for something. You know, you're just gonna use the resources, and you're gonna kill the earth. Like you're gonna get the oil. You need oil for the earth to move, to lubricate the earth, and then you're gonna get fishes that you ain't supposed to be eating, unclean. That's gonna do what? Defile the water, because now you took all the stuff that's supposed to cleanse the water out of the water.
Crab.
Now it's, that's why I said the earth ain't gonna yield the strength, because you just that goes into his greed.
Yeah, exactly.
To make money. He look at everything as a commodity.
He's a whack job, and now he got the earth out of whack.
Whack, yep.
You know, basically.
Yeah. He just want you remember them kids back in the days when they just so destructive. You know how they used to go in the house, like you a little kid, they going into your old people's house, touching shit, breaking shit. Like you always touching shit. Why you just leave shit alone?
Dennis the Menace. Prime example.
Yep.
Problem child.
Yep. Just fucking shit. Just can't keep your hands off. Keep your hands off of shit.
Y'all put this up. This is Psalms 82:5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. That's because Esau's not really so he's messing up everything.
Right.
You know?
So the spirit lifted up and it's not right. The spirit. And now art thou cursed, and that he said, what hast thou done? And the voice of thy brother blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother blood from thy hand. Verse 12. When thou
so he has to keep them sacrifices going.
Right?
He got to do it because he needs to get that power from Satan. You know?
Why is that? Because the Lord gave Satan dominion to be what? The God of the world,
That's why
the world.
that's what he goes back to what he just said. Beginning with Cain. He said, thou Satan should rule over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you always gotta keep sacrificing to him
Yeah.
to keep your power going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said America itself, it's a big Ouija board, it's a big sacrificial board. He gotta
Russian
keep
floor,
floor.
yeah.
Yep, he gotta keep spilling blood, slaughtering, no matter he doing it in all so types of ways to keep his riches going. That's why he got guns and drugs in the neighborhood throughout the United States. Because why? He got to build a prison to keep, you know what I'm saying? He got to make destructive music for our people, so it's constantly going. Blood sacrifices going out every way to keep him rich and power, stay in power.
And do you know these fucking small hats control the porn industry, man?
Yeah.
You know, they everything that's wicked, they behind it. So when you think about how our people act, well, they control the actors, the movies that come out, the music industry. That's music is heavy. It has a vibration power. And they show you that on the recent movie. There's a clone Tyrone. That one too. But when they cloned Tyrone, they played a song. They started hugging. They played another song. They started trying to kill each other. So they playing on the minds of especially Israelites with all forms of media, entertainment, and they wonder why people act that way.
Right.
But it's Esau's fault, man.
Yeah. Yeah, music is very powerful because it show you that with David and Saul, man. You know what I'm saying? David actually had to play the harp to keep this man from trying to kill him, man. You know what I'm saying?
Down,
he threw a javelin at him, man, and it stuck to the wall.
That goes back into
crazy, bro.
That goes back into what? Smooth answer, turn away wrath.
Yeah, you've been around somebody that been drunk and they just start lashing out, knocking shit over, acting all violent and shit. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
But see, Esau got to keep throwing out them enchantments to the world so he can stay in power. But he's champ. That's why he said, what was in Psalms 50? He said, well, where's thy enchantment? He said, what happened to your enchantment now?
And also Isaiah too.
Isaiah, yes, that's what
Isaiah.
Stand
now. Do that shit now. Sacrifice to Baal now.
Wow.
You ain't going up.
Yep. Oh, that's it. My bad. I see. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, and thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto thee, Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast
He got the spirit of Esau. He said, "Hast thou
about to say that?" Yeah, no, because when he complaining again, like you about to say, where's his blessing? You sold your birthright. You killed your brother, and you sold your birthright. Now you crying about it. You caused your own calamity. Stupid mother. Ooh.
And when thou tillest
spiritual, you thinking the same thing.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
That's who got that same spirit now. He's being chased out of all nations.
And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. In verse 15, and the Lord said,
it says, well, it shall be like a chase rope.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna come to that time. Like everybody's gonna be at your damn neck.
Unto him, that whosoever slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
See, so we can't deal with Esau right now. That's why going back to Zephaniah, read that again. It says, "Wait ye upon me, I'll rise up to the prey." Esau's the prey. That's why I say it's going to be as a chase row.
Right.
What's the chase row running from? A predator. Right. The Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You know.
But also too, like even when Esau came out, they had to name him. You know what I'm saying? They had to give him a name. You know what I'm saying? Because he was pretty much a new creator. He was a newly created creature. That shit looked weird. You know what I'm saying? So even right now in Africa, they kill albinos because they weird looking and they think that they get certain power from it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all heard about that, right? Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's something about, and I was watching this video, I forgot what it was, but it was this white lady, I think it was something with Raven Simone. They was asking her a question about a song she wrote. She was little, younger. But it was this white lady on the panel with her, and the bitch looked straight like an albino, man, with the blonde hair, with the pasty, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, she looked just like, but it was a white woman. But it looked just like an albino. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But this is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore Wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
So we gotta wait on the Lord. If you think you're not gonna wait on the Lord, you're gonna end up like that dude in Acts. You get that real quick? Acts 5, I think it's 30. You know what I'm talking about, right? We say after the time of the taxing, he said we're gonna take down the Romans, and then what happened? They got fucked up. Because the Lord put the Romans. The same thing with Spartacus. Even though I love Spartacus, different people that try to take down Rome or Hannibal Barca.
Yeah.
But the Lord put the Romans in power. You can't just take them down. That's what God's will.
You said Acts what?
Yeah.
It's 5 and 31.
31.
Yeah, because why? Because right now, this is what? Rome 2.0.
Now, you sure? You said it's a repentance. You always say.
37. 36. 36.
The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 36. And before these days rose up.
It's 35. Sorry.
Yeah, 35. Okay. The book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 35. And he said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do in touching these men. For before these days rose up Didius, boasting in himself to be somebody.
See, so he thought he's like a great, military guy that's gonna take down the Romans. Which a lot of people hated the Romans. They wanted to take them down, but they couldn't.
Right. The Lord was with him.
To whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was...
So it had to be a bad dude. You know what I mean? He had to be like, somewhat charismatic.
Yeah, general.
People, followers the dude.
Right.
They believed in him.
Was slain all of as many, and as they obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught.
But that's what happened to him. Lord, it wasn't time to take down the Romans. He ain't gonna take this man down.
Right.
The Lord got him. You gotta do. That's why Paul said he does not let it.
Yeah.
He got a mission.
That goes into what? You're not gonna take away Yahweh's glory either. Right. It goes into, that's why I said no man shall buy you. Deuteronomy, the curses, dude. They should have known that by that prophecy right there. No man shall buy you. You ain't gonna save yourself. You ain't gonna raise up, go against the powers that be that the Lord don't set up on you. Right? Romans 13, he said that he's the power that be. That he said he won't bear the sword in vain. You stepping out of your boundaries by going after this man. Just like today with the Black Panthers and all these other black civil rights militia groups, you're not going to do it, man. You ain't going to save yourself. Sit down, man. Just enjoy the ride and take your punishment like a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But what that shows you also, too, is that you don't have free will to do what you wanted to do. Because even back in ancient days, our people knew that we were supposed to first pray to the Lord and ask him. You know what I'm saying? It's, this is something you want me to do. So we go to war. And the Lord will give you an answer. You know what I'm saying? Through his prophets.
Prophets, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Keep going. Yeah. That was 35.
Yeah.
And he said unto ye, or yep, for these, the book of Acts chapter 5, verse 35, and said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Didius, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men.
So you could think that, right in our time, we had the no fucking around crew.
Right.
Well, he act like, and them niggas started shooting themselves. Like some goddamn goofballs.
Right.
You see? You ain't gonna take down Esau, man. The Most High got him. He gotta, got him doing what he doing.
And joined themselves who was slain, and all of those slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man,
So that's the same that's gonna happen to the Black Panthers. Anybody that think that's gonna go up against this man with guns. Now the scripture does say that what it said, who shall rise them up? So the Lord could put the spirit on these jakes to make them fight. They might get a couple, they might get some of them. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't get the glory. The Lord's gonna be the one to take this man down. You ain't gonna, you're only gonna go so far. You're only gonna get so many.
That's not no race war. Cause even what's his name? What's the crazy dude named Charles Manson said it. That he said he had a vision that a race war broke out and the blacks won. Mm-hmm. He said they got on lose. He said we're gonna lose. So that just goes to show you, man. Like people think guys like that is crazy. They thought he was crazy, but he was smart. Charles Manson was a smart dude. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was under that intro OK stuff, whatever. K Ultra, yeah. But he said he had a vision, man. He said that was a race war, and the blacks won it.
I got a precept with what you were saying there about Thaddeus thinking himself to be something or somebody. This is Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
That's why you gotta be goes back to what? Being humble. Nope.
Right.
That humble pie.
Wait on the Lord.
And after this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing and drew away much people.
They heard about the Maccabees, right? The Maccabees, they whooped the Greeks' ass. And to somewhat I think they had like 100+ years of peace. Right. They called it the Hasmonean dynasty. You got John Hyrcanus, which he's the one that forced Esau to start keeping the customs, and that's why you have these Edomites doing it today. It goes back to that history.
Judaism. Yeah.
That's what I think they the one who set up the Pharisee order. You know what I'm saying? They set up that Pharisee order.
And then when the Lord came, he said talking about the wheat and the tares. Herod was a goddamn Edomite. He was a tare, man. They begin to marry in, and
So basically, he looked like a light-skinned Jake, if you will.
Yeah, because you look at the wheat and the tare, they get to a point to where you can't tear them apart.
Right.
You don't want to take out one because you want to destroy the other one.
Exactly.
Yeah, he kind of looked like Drake. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. Yeah. I mean, he is a Jake, though.
Yeah.
His dad is I don't know which tribe, but he so-called black man, right? But his mom's Jewish.
Yep.
But the other way around, it would be the father would be a so-called Edomite or Amalek, and the mom would be one of the tribes women,
That's why the Lord told us don't give your daughters unto them, because that would cause confusion.
Oh, you know what? That's the beautiful recollection, because that's the difference. We can, take the other women or other nations, but it was a specific thing for our women not to be, because that changes genealogy for that child.
Plus, you can't get no inheritance.
Exactly.
You're not bringing up. That's why they said it wasn't Tobit. He said bring up, the seed of thy fathers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a good seed.
Yeah.
Sons of the prophets.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So by Jake one man sleeping with another nation, building up his nation, and now your kids can't get no inheritance. Now you ain't got nothing to leave, you know what I'm saying, with the fathers and keep the bloodline going. And you're not raising up prophets.
Right.
And they're gonna be destroyed because they're not Israelites.
Right.
So these different Israelite women that's getting with Esau that think they're doing something, your children are they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it.
Right.
Because you rose up heathen children, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it was so deep. It was so to the T that really it wasn't even suggested that another tribe, man, get with another tribe, because that would change the inheritance for that tribe. You were actually supposed to stick with, if you was a Judite, you're supposed to have stuck with a Judite. If you was a Ephraimite, you're supposed to stick with Ephraimite, because that changes the inheritance for that child.
Right, because there'll be disputes over who gets what.
Exactly.
You know, land disputes.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not.
Yep.
And it reads, I'll start from the top. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Right, so we just got to deal with our captivity until the Lord comes. Man.
Right.
And the Lord's the one that's going to take down Esau.
Right.
Because he said, the day of vengeance is in my heart. He said, I'm going to trade the winepress alone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the one that take this man. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's his get back too, because he said, well, every eye should see him, and the one that pierced him. You know what I'm saying? So he got to get his get back first. You know what I'm saying? You know? And that goes to show you there too. That was powerful. The Lord said, he said, until the day that I rise up to the prey. So these are the Lord's enemies as well. Continuing on.
The Lord said what? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Exactly.
That goes into that deep hatred. Well, Esau got deep hatred for us, but the Most High got deep hatred for him.
Deeper hatred. Exactly. And we, you know what I'm saying? And if we're made in his image and we're, you know what I'm saying? We share all the same emotions and inheritance. I mean, we hate what the Lord hates, what the Most High hates. You know? For my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdom.
So that's what's happening right now. Nations are being gathered. All right. And this whole, situation in the Middle East is drawing out the whole world to a conflict. Because getting to the point to where people are being affected and people are being tired of it.
Right.
It's working with their money. Now they got to look out for bombs that might hit their land. So they're going to get involved.
Yeah, it's going to be a big smorgasbord over there. A big buffet, if you will. And it reads, continuing on in 8, to pour upon them my indignation,
which is righteous anger, which goes into what? The nuclear destruction.
Right.
But also the destruction that the chariot's going to bring too.
Right. The purge part, the forever purge. We got to purge these heathens out our land. We got to cleanse the earth. What it says, blood defiles the land, and the only way to cleanse the land is to shed the blood of him that sheddeth it, right?
Yep. Because that goes into he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, it's a must have.
So the Lord set himself up. He set him up cold.
Right.
Because he blessed him with the sword.
Right.
But then he say, he that killeth with the sword dies.
Exactly.
Exactly. And Esau loved blood, so he's not going to stop killing.
Right.
It goes back to Christopher Columbus. He said, I ain't put my sword down for 1 hour. Because he was having so much fun.
It was fun, exactly. And that's the cold part about it too, though, because the Lord is allowing them to have their moment in time to rule and to live it up. And you know how like the old saying is, like, how can I miss something I never had? You know what I'm saying? That really pertains to Jake. You know what I'm saying? We've been living in squalor and different forms of poverty. So Jake ain't used to have nothing, but Esau is. So when that power was taken from him, and they put in the pits, they gonna remember that shit. They gonna be like, oh man, I remember I used to eat ice cream and had 5-course meals. That's gonna hurt worse. Knowing you once ruled the world, now you a base man. That's
Going
gonna
from how you said, riches to rags.
from riches to rags. And our story's gonna be what? From rags to riches. That's crazy. And it reads 13. I'm sorry. Zephaniah 3 and continuing in 8. Even all my fierce anger. Ooh, fierce anger. That's crazy.
It goes into what? The earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard. So that's going to happen from the nukes. The nukes tell it. You know, I said, Helen, or something.
Yeah.
When the nukes hit him, that's going to cause a great earthquake. So that's that fierce anger.
What it says, storm and tempest. This is a violent storms. It's going to happen because of that. The tsunamis.
Yeah, because you got to think about other reactions that could cause.
Exactly. That's heavy. It says fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
And really, it's not going to be, it's just going to, it's going to be certain parts, because we know certain parts are not going to get hit.
Right.
But Babylon and surrounding cities, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, definitely going to get hit.
Right.
But we know the Holy Land going to get hit.
Right. Right. But like we always said, and we talked about earlier, the other countries is going to feel the effects. Once these two major superpowers go down, which is what? Babylon, and then the FJs over there, that with that war, everybody gonna feel the effect. The merchants is gonna mourn, you know what I'm saying? You know, the being able to travel, the travel bans, you know, what is it, martial law, all that shit.
That's going to draw people.
Yeah, so that's gonna cause another Pangea again too. Impact of the bombs, man. That's gonna move all the continents. You know what I'm saying?
How they say it's furniture getting moved.
I was about to say that. Yeah, Lord says, moving the furniture, redecorate. I want a new look. Tired of looking like this, you know, like I want a new look. You know what I'm saying? Put the furniture over there. Not just move that. No, move Britain over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Fires are cleansing agent too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be used to cleanse the earth. And also, the Lord could also have to where new islands, new lands pop up.
And new creatures.
You know?
New animals that you never thought existed. So it's going to, shit, we might get some prehistoric looking animals coming back.
And Leviathan's going to make a grand appearance.
Too. Yep.
Yep.
This is the book of Joel 3 and 1.
Because this is why the third bowl, this is why the nations are going to be gathered, and this is why the Lord is going to destroy it.
God. For behold, in those days, and for behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
So that's the two kingdoms becoming one again, and bring back meaning the deliverance, bringing back to the land. All right, that's why it says in Isaiah, I will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, put them in their own land.
Right.
So those heathen nations over there got to be taken out. Then the true Israelites has to be put back in that land. And then all the Israelites that are amongst them, they may look like heathens, they're gonna fall right in line. Because we know, Lord, when we have the elect, we're gonna have power. It says that people shall be willing in the day of that power.
Mm-hmm. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations.
There go again. So what's happening right now, that's the chess move from the Yahweh Shem Shah to gather those nations.
Right.
You're gonna make Russia the chief military leader protecting those nations.
Mm-hmm.
So alliances are being formed. So
Yeah.
which side are you on? And then the whore's allies are gonna turn against her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not looking good for you, son.
Right. It's not a good look. And it will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So Hebrew there is Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Yahweh's judgment.
Right.
What's the judgment? Legal instruction.
And will plead with them there for my people.
Which goes into judgment.
Exactly.
That word plead means judge,
Yeah,
not beg or ask.
Right.
It says the saints gonna take the kingdom. The Lord's gonna come back asking, begging.
Right.
It's gonna be taken.
Exactly.
To take something is done by force.
Right. But it says the saints shall take the kingdom
And possess it forever, even forever and ever.
Wow.
You know?
And for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Which then they did scatter us. You have something called the transatlantic slave trade, but that's in history. But it's also in Deuteronomy. It's in the scriptures. It's prophecy that they would scatter us.
Right.
Put us on ships. And they didn't just put black people on. They put the natives on ships and sent them back to Europe, Spain as well.
First.
You know?
Well, actually, the sub-Saharan trade happened before the transatlantic. You know?
Right, with Ishmael, which a lot of our people, they don't talk about that.
Right.
So that means, so Ishmael, they're going to get fucked up too.
Mm-hmm. And it reads, and parted my land.
So that's why you got different nations over there. You know, they parted the land, took it over. You know, that was for a declaration.
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
Yeah, we know Esau, he's a sick dude, man. You can watch Goodbye Uncle Tom, what he's doing to the chicks.
Right.
You know, they really did that. A lot of these Edomite women, they would just go up and have the way with the men too.
Yeah.
You know?
And it showed you that in Mandingo. He was standing up on the auction block, and that big, fat, nasty Dutch bitch, where it was German, she came up and grabbed his junk, smiling, and getting all happy because she know what she was going to do with him. But she got him back to the stable.
I was like, I'll be like, y'all gonna have to just go ahead and kill me.
You ain't gonna take one for the team? Oh man, that's
also
crazy.
buck breaking too, because Esau's a goddamn sodomite, man.
Right.
So we ain't gonna do that to Esau, you know.
/ cannibal.
And yeah, all type of stuff.
You know what I'm saying? What is it? Delectable Negro.
Delectable Negro.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got your modern day cases, what Jeffrey Dahmer's. Fucking you know what I'm saying? Psychopath.
They were saying a rumor, you know, allegedly, they were saying Epstein was hunting black people on his island too. He was hunting
Jurassic Park shit, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy,
black people.
man.
That's true. You know, I was like, wow, they got a movie about that too. Remember that movie Ice Cube made? Ice T made. It's back in, I forgot the name, but they invite him out into the wilderness. They thought he was, you know, but he was the person they was gonna hunt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a movie that came out in the 90s. So I forgot the name of that movie.
Yeah. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
And sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
And Esau, he was separating families. You know, the woman would have children. He'd sell the children to one daughter, one slave master, son to the other.
Yeah.
You got the mom right there screaming her lungs out. The children are around 12 years a slave. You know?
Plus he was sold, you know, like they say, sold for wine. When they get drunk, sleep with the women, little young girls.
It's all bad wenches.
Yeah.
Yeah, sports students too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching Uncle Tom's Cabin, man. It's a good watch. Samuel L. Jackson in there, a couple other, Felicia Rashad. And they were selling off like the father. The father got sold to a plantation. The mom, one of the Felicia Rashad character, how she overheard they was gonna sell her son. So she tried to escape with him to Canada, and you know, there's all kind of shit going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Master Willie, you know, went in debt. He couldn't pay off his fucking debt, so now he got to start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like selling off the slaves to the family, man.
That just goes to show you the wrath of the Lord. You know, that was part of the Lord's wrath on us.
But that was the deal. What was that with Yahushua and Barnabas?
Yeah.
It says, "Let our blood be on us and our children. You know what I mean? So you got what you bartered for, Jay. No?
Also, I got precept. This is Daniel 9 and 12. And he had confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven had not been done as had been done upon
So
Jerusalem.
who's the judge? That was back in Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
28, 15. So, you know what I'm saying? He said, hey, you break this is what's going to happen to you. You split your kids up. You're going to go into all nations. They're going to be slaves. Y'all going to get the yoke of iron. Going to be on ships. You're going to be sold. Your daughters and your kids going to be sold to other nations, you know?
Esau think
And no man shall buy you. No man going to save you.
Yeah.
Esau think he's not gonna pay for that shit.
And who was that? Our forefather Jacob telling his 12 sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That this shall befall you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In the latter days. You know what I mean? If you keep the commandments, you know what I'm saying? These, you know,
Blessings.
blessings.
Was what we getting ready to get now.
Right.
Blessings, because it's gonna be forever blessings too.
Right.
Because what comes with the kingdom is a new body
Right.
being programmed to be righteous.
Right.
You know what's dope though? How Shah said? He said, I'm gonna know what you need before you think of it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Before you
Right.
ask me for something,
Right.
you gonna have it.
Yeah.
Prayer
Yeah.
can be answered.
Yeah.
That's I can't even that right there. I can't. I said fathom. You can't wrap my mind. You know what I'm saying? How you just things are just gonna pop up and like you just walk in the room. You got it. You walk in. You got, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do need this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He kind of show you that in this day sometimes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a testimony yesterday when I was doing on Lyft, and it was a light. It was like I was right now like going towards like what's it, North Street, like Hudson, like going towards that way.
Yeah.
I was waiting at the light. It was red. Now, and I was just, you know how you just doze out, stop not paying attention to the light or whatever.
Yeah.
So the light was green, but I heard I heard somebody blowing a horn. So I'm thinking it was somebody behind me. There was nobody behind me. That was the Lord, and I looked up. I just moved. I'm looking back, like nobody behind me and shit.
Right.
You know, I guess the car was somewhere else blowing the horn for somebody else. But that was like the Heavenly Father like telling me, pay attention, go. The green light, go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The whole time I kept looking behind me, like nobody behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just weird that happened. That was just spiritual right there. It was like
Right.
I was just sitting here, you know, looking, doze off, and just looking around. And I heard something go, I'm looking around, but I hope ain't nobody behind me. But I seen the green. I said, oh shit, it's just for me to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, that was just crazy that happened like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, he always had the ability to know our thoughts.
Yep.
Scripture that tells us that even when Judas was to betray him, Iscariot, you know what I'm saying? He said, go and do what you know,
Quickly.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do what you set up to do. You know what I'm saying? Like hop to it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get this shit over with. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew.
Yep.
He knew his mission.
That goes right there
No.
too. That goes back to what you said earlier. No free will.
Right.
Because he even told Peter, he said, "Yeah, you gonna go somewhere where you ain't gonna want to go." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He told him that was gonna happen to him. He got,
Right.
I took him.
Then when he spoke about John the Revelator, he said, there was rumors that he wasn't gonna die. And he said, I want this man to live till I come back. What's that got to do with you? And then he became the only disciple that wasn't. They tried to kill him, but it was a failed attempt. So they said, we're gonna put you on the island of Patmos.
They say he died of old age. That was rumored, like, because there's no other account
Yep.
of what happened to him, like how his end.
And
Now was the Lord preserving him to get the revelations.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
he got the book of Revelations.
exactly.
right. That's why it goes back to that's a precursor to me. And nobody should pass. That standing here should not pass away until the Son of Man comes. Meaning, some of us are going to be delivered.
Right,
saying?
right. It says, "Oh death, where's thou sting?" You know what I mean? So yeah, man. And it reads, verse 4, yea, and what have ye oh my God, to do with me, O Tyree? and Zidon.
Which goes into those.
Yeah, those goes into the two Africans, two Hamites. You know what I'm saying?
What the two that jumped Jesse Smollett and
Jesse Smollett.
Smollett.
Yeah, Smollett. Jesse Smollett.
The two Hamite bodybuilders that jumped them, put a noose around his neck. Them two.
We're gonna finish with that.
Okay, and it reads, and all the coast of Palestine.
Stop it. Do it. Read it again.
Yea, and what have ye to, and what got me tongue twisted again. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Because that goes back when the Hamites was in Palestine, but that's not talking about the ancient Hamites. That's talking about Ishmael, because Ishmael had a hand in putting us in captivity. They even got a picture where, like a illustration picture of an old illustration when they had Ham and Ishmael, because you had the turban on his head, having Jake tied up and bringing us to Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, selling us to Esau. You know, so that prophecy, Joel seen that thousand years later. You know what I'm saying? He's seen that going down. You know what I'm saying? That's proof right there that Ham had a hand in putting us in captivity. You know what I'm saying too? They had a hand in that.
Which goes into Psalms 83.
Yep.
All the nations are Confederate.
Confederate.
Esau being the number uno, man.
Right.
Him being number one, and then I think he said Ishmael.
Right.
Esau and Ishmael.
Yep.
Top two. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See all those nations putting us up, selling us to the Grecians, to
Yeah.
the so-called white men. You go in Amos, the next chapter over, to tell you who it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he sold us to Edom. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Tyree, Zidon, and Ishmael sold us to Edom. You go right in the next scripture right there on Amos. I think it's Amos 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all you Jakes out here trying to get reparations from Esau and the Hamites, y'all need to be trying to get it from Ishmael too.
Yeah, Jake love Ishmael. They do.
You know what I'm saying?
Jake, they love Ishmael.
Right.
A lot of our people are in that Muslim religion and
Islamic,
shit.
yeah.
You know, they go in the store and try to be cool with them.
Right.
And Ishmael be
Talking shit about you.
he be messing over Jake at the store, man.
Shit.
The prices.
Exactly.
I went to, it was a few years ago, one of the little young Jake, hustling dudes on the block. And Jake was asking Ishmaelite dude at the store. He was like, yeah. He said, yeah, I heard you in our country. If we was in your country, y'all put a slave. He said, yeah, we would. Y'all would be our slaves.
Yeah, I remember
He told
that.
he told the Jake that I walked in the store and seen that. He said, yeah, y'all would be my slaves. Y'all would be our slaves if y'all was in my country. He came out, he wasn't playing. He was dead ass serious. Yep. He said, yep, y'all all be my slaves.
It goes to show you how they feel about us, though.
Yep.
Right. Other nations.
Well, that came out recently. They were saying like this. That's why you got some activists still talking about stop human slavery. Why is that? Because they're still practicing it over there in the Middle East. You got a lot of those Africans coming over there trying to get legitimate jobs, and it's fucking YouTube stories on them crying about how they can't get home, they wasn't paying them, they came over there to go to school and shit. Now they, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
I got a precept real quick to hold it down. You just said the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 6. Thus say the Lord, for the 3 transgression of Gaza, and for I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom. But I will send a fire on the walls of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces
Ain't that
thereof.
happening right now?
Mhm.
We always say about Gaza, Damascus. It says Damascus shall be a ruinous city.
Right,
So I mean, Damascus get fucked up.
right.
Most of my heart might have a missing with that shit.
There shall be no peace in the Middle East, but a lot of hair grease.
Book verse 9. Here we go. The book of Amos chapter 1, verse 9. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgression of Tyrus, and for I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they deliver up the whole captivity to Edom.
So
Yeah,
all the nations are guilty.
Right.
And they all gotta pay. But that's what Joel 3 is talking about. It's the controversy of Zion. I'm bad.
Nah, you go ahead. I was just going to bring out that point to let you know who the Grecian was in Joel. So I said right in that next book right over it goes right into who breaks it down, going deep further who did that. You know what I'm saying?
Glad the sun coming out. Shit. That's finishing Joel. Read down to like 10.
this little light of mine.
It's already almost 2:30, 2:15.
And it reads, will ye render me a recompense?
When you say, will you pay me back? Because
Right.
I didn't choose you to be my people. But that's what it's all about.
Right.
Because you didn't get the birthright, right?
Jealousy.
Right?
Right. And if ye recompense me swiftly,
So you pay me back. So you call yourself trying to get revenge on me because I ain't choose you. He said, and we said, read it again. Read it. Go finish.
and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
The Lord said, I'm going to give it back to you quickly, swiftly. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. Oh, this ain't gonna tarry.
Terry, yo.
Okay, you ain't gotta wait for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
He's gonna put y'all, gonna put chains on you. You know what I'm saying? Those scripture
Right.
was that. He said, those that lead into captivity should go into captivity. Those who kill the sword must be killed with the sword. So that's I'm gonna pay you back what you did to my people, y'all don't get the same punishment, even 10 times fold, even more worse. So he said, double the cup unto them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna drink the dregs of,
Dregs. Yeah,
dregs.
that sandy, that bottom of the drink.
Yeah.
Where you ain't shake it.
Yeah.
And that below the
Disgusting.
the bad part.
Yeah, the backwash.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean?
A little bit of, you're gonna drink all of it, like even a little bit of cranium of that little, you know what I'm saying? Particles.
Yeah. Every last drop.
Right.
Till you drop.
Exactly.
Chop. That's stuff.
Verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
Yeah, they are Ark of Titus.
Yep.
70 AD. And also that represents us too. Sons of daughters.
Jews. Yeah. Jews. Exactly.
They pleasant temples, what? For the servants, handmaids, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing us too.
Yeah.
Even over here, Epstein Island, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing the black kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Because that's what they said real wealth is. Silver, gold, and servants.
Slaves. That's in what? Revelation what? 18 chapter. Souls of men, yup.
All of the vessels, like the plates, the cups. They took that out of the temple.
King Solomon temple.
Exactly.
They even made a movie about that, you know what I'm saying? King Solomon temple.
Right, Solomon's
mines, yup.
Yeah.
Taking all his wealth.
And it reads, and have carried into the nasty temples, into your temples, my goodly, pleasant things. And they got their ass fucked up for taking the Ark of Titus. That shit, they kept knocking over they God.
Oh, you talking about
the
Ark of the Covenant. And they gave them got hemorrhoids and shit for that shit.
Yeah, hand. Yeah, that was things.
When they after 70 AD, they made the Ark of Titus to commemorate the downfall of Jerusalem.
God.
And they even had on the coin Judah captor, meaning Judah conquered.
Right.
So they was selling. They was in spirit, razor.
Yeah. But this is the point. They always got punished for fucking with the Lord's property. The state property, the Lord's property. It's the Lord's good. You're not stealing from man.
That goes back to Jonah. He was on the ship, and it was causing what? Tidal waves and all that. And it was like, man, it's you. Push his ass off the water. But that goes now.
Where you came from?
Yup.
Like I'm people.
But that goes right now. They got us on their ship, which is America. That's why they keep getting cursed. They don't see why all this bad stuff is happening.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Throughout the time, like why would just all types of shit happening because the Lord is cursing. Y'all got His people, so it's throwing curses after curses on y'all.
Yeah.
And then they say, he refused to let him
Let's go.
So he got in his mind. He don't want to let us go. Okay. Well, most are gonna make you let us go with the plagues. Just like the ancient Pharaoh.
Moses. Exactly.
So then that's why Trump gonna blame it on us because he gonna be like, it's them. That's why he saw the small Edomites gonna be like, it's them some niggers. That's why this is happening because of them. You know what I'm saying?
but it's all the prophecy too, because we got to be found in Esau's hands. That's how the Lord going to judge him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No. Like you said, caught a red-handed. You know what I'm saying? And it reads, verse 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have he sold unto the Grecians,
Edomites.
Right. The Edomites.
Not Japheth. You know, there's some, you know, enough where here, see, so the Japheth, they was the real rich. No, nigga. Esau.
The Edomites. Nasty, right?
What's an Edomite? I ain't no Edomite.
Am I Edomite? Yes, you are.
Right.
There's no salvation for you. I know that got hurt.
Right. That ye might remove them far from their border.
Yeah. You know, slave ships. You know what I'm saying? Packed us in sardines. Right. Toss them to and fro like a ball. You know what I'm saying? Scattered us throughout the nations, man. Sold us commodities for other nations, you know. Yeah, Moab took that. We built China. We helped build China. Great Walls of China. You know. All these nations took a hand in that. Psalms 83, like you said, right? Confederacy. You know?
Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them.
Which is happening right now. Which ties in with Revelation 11. They stood upon their feet, grateful for them.
Days, everybody enjoy that because the days coming, you ain't gonna be able to do that anymore.
They shall not turn blind and installed.
Wow. They gonna be trying to hide. They gonna be trying to be seen. Trying to be seen. Why you need the music that loud? Trying to have other people hear your shit. You saying something, bro? Oh, no. And will return your recompense once again upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians.
That's the ancient Ethiopia. That's the ancient name for the Ethiopians. What was
Sheba?
Queen of Sheba?
Yeah, I'm talking about
people. Nah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, you could say that, but the Sabians is really the Ethiopians. You know what I'm saying? Cushites. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Sabians
are. She came from Egypt, right?
Nah, she's from Ethiopia.
She was Ethiopian?
Yes.
Okay. And
could that let you know right there, Hamites, they're just basically saying all the Ham's gonna be more like something like taskmasters.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the slaves. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have a little mercy with them as far as captivity wise. They're gonna have some range of you know, I would say like,
well, they ain't gonna get as bad as
Esau. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna get a flip their ass, but just be thankful you're not an Edomite. So they don't want to come down to, let's say Zechariah, they don't want to come down and worship. You ain't gonna get no rain. Which if you don't have no rain in your land, that causes what? Drought, famine, pestilence, death, destruction. You know?
Yeah. They're gonna get some level of mercy in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Have some little free range. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go where they go. You know what I'm saying?
Just be lucky you're not an Edomite. We're gonna whoop your ass though.
Right.
That goes to show you they're not gonna be like locked up in the pits like Esau is. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna still be in their land, have some free range. Because they're gonna bow anyways, because they're gonna see the power, so they're not gonna rebel. You know, like because even Ham, they do it, they'll bow the knee to rocks that got some little power, so they stones and all that. So you know when they see actual power, they ain't gonna rebel. They're gonna fall in place.
Right in line. Because the king's gonna be ruled righteously. It's also gonna be firm, you know, austere, order. Yeah. So when you go outside of that, you try to worship another god or anything like that, it's gonna be
abominable food.
That's why I say you shall rule with a rod of iron. You're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be all the heathen nations outside of Esau.
Yep.
They
Esau
gonna
gonna
have
be
their own land.
Esau
They
gonna be
land
in that
back.
pit because he can't be trusted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be ruling around. Can't be trusted. You know.
Huh?
I'll preach about today.
Go ahead, brother.
You ain't gonna tell me, right? Scriptures.
Oh, wow.
Every time we go. Let's get a few more scriptures, then we out
Yeah,
there.
he was standing around, he walked, stopped right there. He saw me look over. He like, Paul stopped in his tracks. I looked away and he started walking again.
I do got
demon.
I do got a legion on it.
I ain't gonna tell you. I just told you, nigga. You can't read, nigga? You gotta spell it out for you, motherfucker? You illiterate? Alright. Hey, shalom. To a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
So that's what's happening right now in the Middle East. All the men of war are being drawn near. Wake up the mighty men. You know?
Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords.
Plowshares is a former instrument. So these nations, they pretty much beef up your military.
Pretty much.
Enrich your uranium, get your nukes, form
Get your
alliances.
guns.
Yeah, so they start investing into sharecropping. They put their money into arming themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They got to protect themselves against the bullet.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moab has said, man, fuck that damn plowshare. Man, let's get the money from the nukes.
Right.
But Esau, the white man, don't floss his fucking mind.
Hey, you know what I forget his name in the movie though, but what he was telling Eddie and Martin, he was like, these farmers don't know nothing about how y'all show them how y'all boys do it up there in Harlem.
Yeah.
These damn farmers.
Yeah.
Tell by the way that I walk. I ain't around her.
That's a lie. But that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom.
Right.
Israelites
Show them how y'all do it.
Israelites gonna have to blow about us and everything.
Right.
That's right. They
Exactly.
gonna start bowing,
Exactly.
trying to bring gifts and stuff.
Yeah. Who's that from Dragon Ball Z? Beerus? He come around, the motherfuckers be shaking.
Bowing.
See, we did the King Vegeta. King Vegeta got on, he was using Q for a footstool. Then he had this little Prince Vegeta come in and see his dad looking like, oh, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh man.
Just think, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're an Israelite man.
Yeah.
Our woman gonna be good too, but
Right.
Israelite man, that's like a very high honor.
But what it says, as in earth as it is in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ultimately, the man is still, but it says the head of every man, the head of every woman is the man. The head of Yahweh Shai, right? How's it go?
The head of the man is Yahweh Shai. The head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh, and the head of the woman is the man.
It's the man.
The
So
woman, she's the head of the children.
Right.
Because the woman's supposed to teach the children.
exactly,
She has some authority over them to a degree until the son get older.
exactly.
You know.
But that's like the order. That's gonna still be the order. The man gonna be up above the woman. You know what I'm saying? They ain't go, we Jerusalem come down and now the woman equal to the man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it reads, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
So plowshares and pruning hooks, those are farming instruments, man.
Right.
So now the mind of the nations is war. This is wartime, baby.
All right, prime time, baby.
This proves what? We're not in time of peace.
Peace.
Never was, really.
Right.
The damn devil of us.
Cold wars. They soft targets.
Taco.
You know what I'm saying? Cotito. Let the weak say I am strong.
That's the spirit they're in now. That's why the person say, we're ready for a crowd invasion.
Right.
That's them. They got that confidence of what? Saying I'm strong. You know?
Right. That's right. 11. Assemble yourselves. Right. That's the array. know what I'm saying? That's the Lord of hosts putting all those armies over there. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened,
Which means to be roused up, be stirred up. That's what's happening. They're being stirred up right now. Like I said, stirring the pot.
right?
That's the Lord working on the minds of these nations.
The pure mind, right here, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Oh, there is a drop box.
Hey, what's up,
Y'all
Shalom? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
So it's like the Lord, putting everybody in one room for what they ask.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just picture it and him just looking at it like, okay, he's making that move. Okay, I'm gonna have him fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounded like when he said that. He said,
I'm gonna have them turn on them.
exactly.
NATO EU. Yep.
Like a chess piece being moved.
Master chess master.
Exact chess master. Master of chess boxing. And it reads 13, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get ye down, for the press is full. Ooh, the wine press. The vats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
Yeah, we get in it there.
Damn.
I was gonna put second Ezra 13. Yeah, you know, that's good. We good, you know, you're gonna come right there like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
With that, we're gonna close it, man. Lord willing, has been edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Bakak with us.
Say shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, it's getting good to you, Ira. It's getting good.
That brings like another hour.
It's getting good, man.
Yeah.